All right, we're going to get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth Zoom webinar of a 7-part series brought to you by Tech Savvy Seniors. I'm Nick, and I'm going to be your host today. Today, we're going to be talking about internet safety. Staying safe on the internet is super important. The purpose of the internet is to connect people. That can also be a negative. Just like the real world, there are scammers and crooks trying to take advantage of you and steal your information. Don't worry though, if you are constantly vigilant and know what to look for, you can keep yourself and your information safe. We will first talk about tips to keep your personal information private. Tip number, oh, oh no. Tip number 1, never click on links sent via email, text, or any other form of communication. If someone you know does send you a link to click on, maybe to a funny photo or cool web page, respond to your friend by asking if the link is safe. Many times, scam links are sent out by robots from both random addresses and your own friends' addresses, but they won't respond if messaged. Tip number 2. It is very important that you do not share your personal information on the internet. Don't give out personal information on the phone, through email, or over the internet, unless you were the person who made the contact and you know who you are dealing with. Tip number 3. Before you get rid of your computer, tablet, or old phones, make sure that you clear all of your personal information, emails, and contacts off the device. Most devices have reset options that will allow you to do this. Remove the memory or subscriber identity module, SIM, card from a mobile device. Remove the phone book, lists of calls made and received, voicemails, messages sent and received, organizer folders, web search history, and photos. For your computer, software is available that will clean your entire hard drive for all personal information. All you have to do is go to the internet and look up this type of software and it'll come up for you. Tip number 4, keep your passwords private and do not share them with anyone other than your closest family. Try and make all your passwords different. Tip number 5, use strong passwords with your laptop, credit card, bank, and other accounts. Do not pick easily identifiable information for your passwords. For example, this could be your pet's name, one of your family members' names, where you live, or somewhere you visited in the past. Scammers can find out the name of your children, your pets, and your spouse, and will try those if they are trying to hack your accounts. So if a scammer is trying to hack into your account, the first things that they're going to try are those basic things that they can find easily on the internet. Tip number 6, beware of oversharing on social media. Do not post too much information about yourself on social media sites. For example, if you post photos from a vacation and post the date you will return home, these will know that your home may be empty. Also, do not post birth date and year, your social security number, your previous addresses, etc. Now we're going to move on to tips in order to avoid viruses. Tip number 1, never click on an email attachment if you do not know the sender. So this kind of goes back to one of the other tips we went over earlier about how it is important to not click on things sent by random people or even your friends. This goes for viruses too, because hackers can very easily transmit viruses using a link like this. and all you need to do is click on it and the virus will get into your device. So stay away from links that are sent via email unless you know 100% that the person that's sending it is someone that you know and that they themselves are intentionally sending it, because hackers can also use some of your friends' emails to send virus links like that as well. Tip number 2, do not click on random buttons on web pages that say it'll give you something like a free iPhone or free money. These are very dangerous because most of the time they're fake. They will not give you a free iPhone or free money. They're just a virus hidden under the button essentially. So when you click it, the virus is downloaded onto your computer. So don't click on sketchy things like that. Tip number 3, don't open emails or email attachments from someone with an unfamiliar name. Thieves can use email attachments to spread viruses. So this goes back to the other points, but it's more particular in the sense that if you're getting an email from someone that you don't know, then it is more likely a scam or a hacker or virus. So stay away from those emails from people or a name that you're unfamiliar with. And this goes with phone calls as well. Most of the time, phone calls from numbers or people that you don't know are just bots or scammers. So you can just ignore those. The last tip number 4, is install an antivirus program such as Norton Antivirus on your computer and run virus checks once a month. So this antivirus, Norton Antivirus, these types of softwares, you can download them onto your computer and they can check for viruses. Maybe you clicked on a button by accident or something and now you have a virus on your computer. It's not the end of the world because you can get one of these softwares that are safe, and they can hunt down the virus in your computer and let you know and notify you if you have one of these viruses. So it's very useful. That concludes all of the tips in the presentation part of today's webinar. We do have some questions that were sent into our email. We have one question actually, so I'll go over that one right now. This question is, how do I make a strong password that I can also remember? This is a very good question because lots of times I myself am trying to figure out how to make a good password but also remember it, because if it's a good password, then it'll have lots of numbers and it'll be long and it'll be really tricky, lots of figures and stuff. So what I suggest is that you make a really strong password and then you write it down or you type it somewhere and print it out in physical form. And then you put that somewhere safe, like in your desk. And then once you need it or you forget it, you can easily refer back to that piece of paper and see what your password is. In order to actually memorize it, that just comes with using it a bunch of times. And other than that, yeah, just write it down and keep it somewhere to reference later on so you don't forget it. And many times, websites that ask for a password, they have an option to reset your password in the case scenario that you forget it, you forget the password. So if you do forget a password, it isn't the end of the world because you can reset it using your email and then just make a new one. So that concludes the entire presentation. Thank you all for attending, and I hope this was able to help. Again, if you have any questions, you can send an email to us at nick@techsavvyseniors.org. This right here, this link, you can type that into your email and send us any questions or anything that you're curious about. Also, feel free to visit our website for more information about this topic and other topics at techsavvyseniors.org, up right here. And this is completely for free. You don't need to pay any subscription fee or anything like that. And finally, make sure to tune back in this Thursday at 2 p.m. We will be talking about how to set up and use emails. Thank you all and have a good rest of the day.